Hello again, we're over with Innovative Home Concepts. We're the folks that bring the gutter shutter clog-free gutter system to the Chicagoland area. A lot of people ask, what's the difference between the gutter shutter clog-free gutter system and some of these solid cover systems that go on my existing gutters? Gutter helmet, gutter cap, gutter whatever. There's a bunch of them out there. First off, I'll tell you a little bit of history. The first solid cover system that came out was something called gutter helmet, and it came out over 25 years ago. It's almost been like 28 years ago that it came out. And it kind of revolutionized things because before that there was only screens, and everybody knows screens clog up. So gutter helmet came out, and it actually came out so long ago that their patent ran out a few years ago, and a bunch of copycats flooded the market afterwards. But really, none of them really stuck very well. But let me tell you some things about these covered gutter systems. One thing in particular that we like, and some things that aren't not so good about them. And really, again, use your own opinion, do your own research. This is my opinion. This is what I think from my years of experience in doing gutters and gutter covers. And you know, I always say, do your own research, make your own opinion, but you know, listen to what I have to say. Anyways, one thing that we really like about these covered systems and what revolutionized them, gutter helmet, when it came out, is a solid cover. There's no screens, there's no filters that can clog up with debris, or roof gravel, or deteriorating leaves and that sort of thing, like some of these screens and some of these new micro meshes that have come out. So what happens is a solid cover, the water runs down the cover and actually adheres to the hood, follows the hood in, and then goes in. And then the debris and leaves actually flow over with the wind and rain, and you have a clog-free gutter. Some things that are kind of problematic with these systems, and probably the biggest thing, is the fact that the hood itself actually attaches underneath the second row of shingles, and usually what they do is they screw into your roof to hold it into place. Now, this is bad for a number of reasons. Number one is the fact that they're putting a hole in your roof, okay, which can possibly lead to leaking, could possibly lead to your roof decking rotting out, leaks into your house, drywall leaks, that sort of thing. The other thing is, in most cases, and maybe depends on who you talk to, depends on the manufacturer, this could actually void your roofing warranty because you're putting holes in your roof that aren't supposed to be there. The other thing that's not very good about these systems is they're generally made out of very flimsy material. Now, generally, gutter material comes in what they call gauges, and then they break it down to a thousandth of an inch as far as the thickness of the metal. A lot of these systems are a .019, so it's 19th one thousandth of an inch. Very thin, very weak material. Branches, leaves, sometimes even like large walnuts can fall on these things and dent them. And I mean, there's a bunch of them out there. They've been around. You know, the roof thing's a problem. The fact that they're made out of thin material, and probably the third thing that's not very good about them is a lot of times they have really weird and weak bracketing systems that they try to use, and they don't really attach very well to your home. And probably one last thing that occurs is because it goes underneath the second row of shingles, what happens is you have your regular gutter, and then this hood part actually looks pretty large because you can actually see a large part of it. So it makes your gutter system look really large on your house. And then probably the last thing that's bad about them is they're using your existing gutters, which again may or may not be in good shape. So, as opposed to the gutter shutter clog-free gutter system, which attaches to the fascia board. It actually doesn't go underneath your roof. It doesn't touch your roof at all. So if you ever have to re-roof your home, you can leave this on while they're doing it. With this system, you actually have to take it off, re-roof, and then put it back on. So you're looking at added expense. This system also, just like the gutter tops, actually uses water adhesion, so the water flows around into the system and leaves and debris flow over. The bracketing system is a 100% nylon bracket, so it's very strong, very sturdy. It's designed to support the system and make the trough very strong and the hood very strong. And, it looks very nice on your home. It's not going to have the big swaling hood that goes under the second row of your shingles, so it doesn't look super huge. And it's made out of .032 gauge aluminum, so it's very strong and sturdy. And this is actually a copper. We also do a copper version of it, but the aluminum version, is .032. And because it is a separate system, we can do a 5-inch residential, and we can also do a 6-inch residential or commercial. We can apply it to both any slope of roof, any roofing material, a bunch of applications. To where this really, to install it on, say, a cedar shake roof, it'd be very difficult, if not impossible. To install it to a flat roof, you can't do it. To install it on a, say, like a metal roof, you couldn't do that either. So there's only limited applications to this too, depending on your roof. Well, I think that does it. That explains kind of the difference between a topper system and why that might not be the best choice for your home, and the gutter shutter clog-free gutter system.